But before we get to returns to scale, there is law of diminishing returns. Because without the law of diminishing return, firms will not think of what next to do. So the next thing to do when your marginal product starts reducing, that leads to your average product reducing, you start thinking of what next to do. That means plan B. So for a firm, in the short run, things are difficult to do because there is a factor that is fixed in supply. So it's difficult for you to change things in the short run. So now that things has happened in your firm, what do you have to do in the long run? In the long run, you have the opportunity to make all variables, all factors variable. The land, the labor, the capital, the enterprise. They can become variable because it's in the long run. You can change the way you use land. You can change the way you use your machine. You can change the numbers of workers. You can change virtually everything because it's in the long run. I think that is clear. So, why do we have diminishing returns? We have diminishing returns because we as a firm, we want to try to increase our output. That is why we are having diminishing returns. It goes up, and what goes up must what? Come down. So, that is what diminishing returns is. Why does it even occur? It occurs because we continue to use a fixed factor and increasing variable factors. That means we have a machine which is fixed, and we continue to increase the number of labor workers, which is what? Variable. For the same machine, worker 1, worker 2, worker 3, up to 100 workers. 100 workers for the same one machine. What it will lead to is diminishing, because the number of workers that are using the machine are more than the capacity of the machine. That is what goes up, comes down. I think that is clear. Now that there is diminishing returns, we have to think long term as a firm. So in the long run, we have to return to what? To scale. We have to return to production. That is returns to scale. We have to return to what? Production. So how do we return to production? We are thinking about using all variables, or all factors that are what? Variables. So when we use all factors that are variables, that means the factor input. We now start to use them at equal proportion. That means labor, the number of labor is equal to the number of capital, equal to the number of land, equal to the number of enterprise, like that. All are equal. So at that point in time, what happens? Look at what happens. It comes to scale. This occurs when in the long run, firms increase their input in the same proportion. So we are going to increase our input, not this way anymore. That we continue to increase the variable, we are unable to increase the fixed. Here, we are going to increase them in the same percentage. Do you understand what returns to scale is here? So for returns to scale, if firms use the input in the same proportion, what will happen? 3 things might happen. 1, increasing return to scale. 2, constant return to scale. 3, decreasing return to scale. So let's take one at a time. For increasing returns to scale, here, what does increasing return to scale mean? It means that you have used the same percentage of input, and you expecting the same or equal output, you are getting more proportion of output. You've increased the input at the same rate or at the same percentage, but what you are getting in terms of the scale or in terms of the production is what? A more proportion of the output. You have used 30 inputs, but you are getting 50 outputs. You are expecting to get maybe 30, you are expecting to get the same proportion, but here, the proportion you are getting is more than the inputs. That is increasing return to scale. Do you understand what increasing return to scale is here? The proportion, the percentage of input you use, when you have used equal percentage of input, that has led to more proportion of output, that is increasing return to scale. Is it clear? Clear? 2, constant returns to scale. Here, you have used equal percentage of input, and it's giving you an equal proportion of output. You've used 30 and you get 30. That is equal percentage of input is giving us equal proportion, equal or percentage of input, but we are getting what? A reduced or a less proportion of output. That is what? Decreasing return to scale. Why is decreasing return to scale not the same as diminishing returns? Why? Do you know why decreasing returns to scale is not the same as diminishing returns? Or do you think they are the same? Why is diminishing returns different from decreasing return to scale? Why?
Low diminishing returns, like, it causes the decrease in return to scales. Because of low diminishing returns, that's what happens. When something wrong happens with the machines, the return of the scale will decrease. They're both associated with each other, they're both connected together.
There's a point missing.
I don't think
Maybe
that's
because it's equal percentage of input, it's equal portion of output.
No. In diminishing returns, there's a fixed input that is not increasing or decreasing. But in return to scale, all inputs are variable. That's why decreasing return is not the same as diminishing return. In diminishing return, other factors are increasing, but there's a fixed input that is not increasing. But here we are using equal proportion of input. Here we are not using equal proportion of input. One factor input is fixed. That's why we see it as what? Diminishing returns. Here, all inputs are what? Variables. The difference between decreasing return to scale and diminishing return is that in diminishing return, one factor input is fixed. But in decreasing return to scale, all factor inputs are what? Variables. That's the difference between diminishing returns and decreasing returns to scale. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
It's right.